Hey everybody, I am here. We will be getting started very shortly. Thank you for joining me for Finally Be Friday Live. Please take this time to share me out because remember, sharing is caring. I'm just checking everything on the back end, making sure that my sound is good and that I am ready to give y'all a show today, y'all, because we got so much drama to talk about. And I want to hear from you. So I'm going to be dropping the link down into the chat throughout the live. Please feel free to jump on if you have something that you want to say. Don't be shy. You do not have to come on camera if you don't want to. You can literally just use your voice. Just click that link that is down in the chat box. And as you answer, please don't forget to say hey. Don't just come in here and don't say hey. Drop down in the chat box. Let me know that you're here. We will be getting started very shortly. 2 more minutes. I'm just sharing out. I have the boy here with me, so if you hear him talking, say hey to him too. Hello, Cheryl Blair. Thank you for joining the live. All right, I'm finna get him situated. He gonna get on this kids YouTube. So if you hear the kids YouTube in the back, you already know I got to keep him occupied so that we can get into this mess, honey, because it's a lot. Come on over here, man. Turn it down because, honey, I don't want to hear Baby Shark on my live, okay? That's really loud. Let's turn that down, man. How was y'all's Friday going? We're back, you guys. I'm trying to get back on my Finally Be Friday kick. Y'all know I've been kind of slack since coming off of vacation. So I'm trying to get back right for y'all. I do miss talking to y'all. And honey, this week has been full of drama. Did you watch, should I say, the Housewives of Potomac reunion? If you did watch it, I have another question. Did you watch my review on it? I hope the answer is yes to both. Because, honey, we have an update. Hey, I am here. Y'all, please drop down in the chat box. Let me know, can you hear me? Can you see me? Everything good? We on the up and up. Because I got a lot of receipts that I'm going to be bringing, a lot of stuff to be talking about. It looks like I'm a little lagging on my camera. Let me see if I can close something out. Make this go a little faster, y'all. I have like 50 million screens open right now because it's been so much going on. All right. Let me move this over. We'll see if that helps it. All right. So we're going to go ahead. What time is it? 4:03. I'll give a couple more minutes and then we're going to start. Just because, YouTube be playing with my notifications, honey. I'm trying to get y'all in here. Remember that as you join, if you want to come on camera, if you want to talk about anything, the link is in the chat box. All you have to do is click the link. You don't have to download anything onto your computer or your phone. You just click the link and you can come in here and chat with me for today's Finally Be Friday Live. We do this each and every Friday from 4 to 6. I'm trying to get back into my schedule, you guys, so bear with me. All right. I think we're good to go. I got my water here because it's going to be a lot that I have to read to y'all. And I got my wine because these topics is a lot as well. So, let's just go ahead. I'm going to turn this music down because it's going to throw me off. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. It's going to throw me off if I don't. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get into today's topics. We are going to be talking about Monique Samuels from the Real Housewives of Potomac versus Pastor Jamal Bryant, y'all. This week has been a lot. Now, y'all already know the reunion came out on Sunday. And again, like I said, if you have not watched my review, make sure once you jump off this live, you go over to my channel and you check that review out because we had to break it down, honey. One thing about it, the Real Housewives of Potomac is definitely stepping it up and trying to take the spot as one of the top housewife franchises. Now, y'all already know it's hard to take the spot from Atlanta, but Potomac was really trying this year. I think had they maybe not focused as many episodes on the fight, maybe, you know, if they would have only given us, like, because the second half of Potomac, honestly, was strictly about the fight, and it kind of got overdone. So maybe if they would have cut that off by maybe 3 good episodes, this could have been an iconic season for them. But overall, it was still a good season. So I'm going to give y'all this recap for those of you who do not watch The Real Housewives of Potomac and give you the backstory. So on the season 5 reunion part 1, we had Monique Samuels, one of the housewives, going major hard at Gizelle Bryant. And if you are new to the franchise or new to my channel, then you probably are like, what happened? Why did she have this binder of receipts? Why was she going so hard at Gizelle? But just in case you forgot, we've been covering over here on this channel for some months now. The reason why Monique had so much vitriol for Gizelle is because Gizelle started a very, very nasty rumor about her marriage and the paternity of one of her children. Hey, Brittany Robinson, shout out to our beauties in the building. So Gizelle started a very nasty rumor. So what was said is that before the beginning of season 5, Gizelle went to other wives of the cast as well as producers and told them about a rumor of Monique allegedly sleeping with her trainer, and the child that she just had with Chris was not her husband's child. Now, all of this has since kind of come out through the blogs and everything. And so this was their first time. The reunion was their first time actually being together, being able to address it head on. Hey, Siobhan, thank you for joining. So Monique came ready, guns a-blazing, with her binder of receipts. And she had a binder for everyone, a tab in the binder for everyone, not just Jamal Bryant. She had a binder for every single person that sat on that stage. I'm going to see if I can pull up a picture of that for y'all. And she said, since y'all want to talk about rumors, I'm going to bring up all of the rumors. And the first shot fired was to Miss Gizelle, because allegedly she was the spearhead of this rumor getting sent to the producers. Although the Real Housewives of Potomac producers, they didn't buy into it and they did not bring it onto the show. But what's most interesting about this rumor, and I can't seem to find a picture of here it is. Here's a picture of the binder. I'm going to show y'all a picture of the binder. Let me pull it up. Give me one second. But what's interesting about this rumor about her sleeping with the trainer and the baby allegedly possibly being his and not being her husband's, is that that was not even the initial rumor that was started. Now, shout out to Layla Lynn TV. She is here on the YouTube. I have her linked down in my description box. Shout out to her, but she actually broke it down. So let me show you. Y'all see this binder? Can y'all see this binder? Can you see it? Hold on. Do I need to add it to the screen? I'm sorry, y'all. Can you see? Okay, here we go. My computer's moving a little slow. I got a lot going on. I might have to turn this music off because it might be running my computer too much. Turn the music off. Y'all, you already know it's coming. The new setup is coming. Just give me a second. But you see the binder. There is a tab for everyone. She was not coming to play. So you see she has a tab for herself, Monique. Up under there it says former friend, Post It, Wendy, Robin, Last Lady, which is Gizelle, Karen, and Ashley. All right. I'm going to take this off the screen. So she came ready. Now, allegedly, this initial rumor about her baby's paternity and the cheatation and all of that stuff was started by her former best friend, Gigi. Gigi is her name. Gigi is not a member of the show. Thank you, Brittany. Y'all, I'm trying to upgrade. Brittany says she loves my logo. Thank you, you guys. New logo. Thank you. So allegedly, not allegedly, this rumor actually was started by her ex-best friend, Gigi. But Gigi has actually recently come out and let it be known that the rumor has snowballed and taken on a whole nother life because that's not what she said at all, period. So this is how it goes. This is like the game telephone and how things take a life of their own. So the rumor started, let me come this way. The rumor started with Gigi. Gigi allegedly told Sharice, which as we know is Monique's ex-friend from the show. So then Sharice went on to spread the rumor to Gizelle, which is Monique's arch enemy on this show. Gizelle, of course, told it to her henchman or sidekick or bosom buddy or whatever you want to call her, Robin. Candace got the rumor, and so on and so forth. And some kind of way the rumor was morphed into what we've talked about. Well, Gigi has actually cleared it up via Facebook. Now, I don't have the post. I did not find the post. But again, shout out to Layla Lynn if you want to go check out her channel. It's in the link. And this is what she said. Gigi said that, number one, she never said anything about the paternity of the baby. That was never at all a part of what she said. Number two, she never said that Monique and the trainer had even slept together. There was never any confirmed cheatation betwixt and between the two of them. Gigi said that she told Chris that the trainer could be a problem and that it would be in his best interest to fire him. Now, Gigi is saying that she said this because she wanted to save her friend's marriage because she believed that Monique was halfway out the door and that this conversation between Gigi and Chris, which is Monique's husband, happened before their friendship fell apart. All right. So first off, that is a lot to digest because this entire season we have been told about this rumor and how vile and nasty this rumor was, which is why we believe that Monique had all the vitriol that she had. And so it makes a lot of sense that she would have come back with this binder full of receipts. Fabulous receipts, like Siobhan is saying down here in the chat. It makes sense that she would come with this binder of receipts. If y'all came here with all of these lies to try to destroy my family, then I'm going to come in with some receipts. And by receipts, we mean the text messages. Ooh, it's a lot. It's a lot. Let me take a sip, child. It's a lot. Remember that I have the link down in the chat if you want to sound off. If at all you want to sound off about this topic, please feel free to drop on in and just let me know. So, link is down in the chat. Ooh. So, first of all, that to me lets me know, and I'm sure, again, the rumor, of course, probably took on legs, but I guarantee you, and this is me saying this, but I guarantee you, Gizelle is the reason why that rumor became so nasty as it did. And I say this because of how much glee and joy she had when she told this rumor in her confessionals on the show. Now, mind you, she was the only person on the show. If y'all remember now, she was the only person on the show that had ever actually spoke on the rumor on the show. Everything else that we've heard about this rumor has been within the blogs or within the different lives that people have had. You can find some of them here on my channel. Go back if you like. So that makes me think that the reason why this rumor got to the nasty level that it got to is because of Gizelle. So this is just giving you all the backstory as to why when Monique came to this reunion, she came with guns a-blazing. And my question to y'all is, do you blame her? Do you blame her? Because honestly, I don't. I feel like you came at me with nasty rumors, not just about like a cheatation, which allegedly Chris was suspicious about Monique and her trainer, according to the best friend Gigi's Facebook post. Chris did have some suspicions. However, nothing was confirmed. Oh, okay. Hold on. Here you go. Although nothing was confirmed, Chris did have some type of suspicion, let Gigi tell it. Now, that's bad enough because that could, again, break up my family, which Gizelle has been jealous of from the beginning. Let's not act like she hasn't. But then once you add in the extra layer of you questioning my child's paternity, and at some point there were even rumors about her having terminated her previous pregnancy because it was the trainers. Again, rumors take on a mind of their own, and now there are all of this speculation behind Monique and her family. So that is why, just in case you're wanting to know, that is why all of this vitriol was given to Gizelle, number one. Now, Monique, Candace has already gotten hers because Monique already tapped that head on the show. But now it's time for Gizelle to get some. All right, moving on. So, at the reunion, Monique came for Gizelle, and her words, not mine, Pastor Holy Whore. I don't know if that's gonna mess up my monetization, honey. They always hit me. They always hit me on the lives. So we'll see if I got to go back and try to get everything together. But that's what she said. I ain't say it. I didn't say it. Let me see what Siobhan said. Siobhan said, just off watching your reviews, they've been coming for Monique for a while, and this was bound to happen. Bound to happen. So I feel no type of ways. I feel like, and then on top of that, they iced her out of the end of the season. So this was her time to really give it to them. So, let me pull up my knits receipt. Look, I ain't got no binder, but I got a screen full. So hold on. Let me pull up my knits receipt while I break this down for y'all. So while at the reunion, Monique, of course, came for Gizelle. And by coming for Gizelle, her target was Jamal. Because as we all know, we've been watching this season, Jamal and Gizelle have been back together, working on their relationship. Now, I said it from episode 1 that this was a fake relationship. I've been consistent in my review on it. I've been consistent in how I feel about it because of their interactions. But let them tell it. They have been in a relationship. So to get back at Gizelle, Monique came to debunk this alleged relationship. And I wasn't mad at her. Okay? Monique went on to bring out the receipts between Jamal Bryant and a pastor based out of New York. I'm sorry, I do not have her name, but she brought up the receipts and the text messages between them. Now, I told y'all in my review that these receipts were not anything that we had not heard before. These text messages were not anything that we had not seen before. I wish I could remember the blog that I had saw them on, but we already knew about Jamal and this woman, and Jamal admitting to this woman that his relationship with Gizelle, his baby mama / ex-wife, was a plot for the show. And they're so disrespectful in it being a plot for the show that they literally walked around in shirts that said the plot and the storyline. Like they were laughing at it. Now, Monique went on to expose those text messages. After the exposure of these text messages between Jamal and his alleged, what was being called a mistress or side chick, as I would like to call her, after about a few days on Wednesday night, Jamal Bryant got on live with his own book of receipts. This is what he did. His own book of receipts to, I guess, clap back and debunk Monique's book of receipts. And just in case you had not seen the video, don't worry, I got it here and we're going to go through it. Let me make sure I'm reading the comments. Siobhan says, I'm about to go on vacation and binge watch. Christmas is always my fave binge watch. Look, now is the time. And it's perfect because everything has come out now. Everything has come out and it's all crystal clear. And there are some indiscrepancies in stories, and I want to talk about it. So let me pull up Jamal's response here. Now, again, I want y'all to remember that Monique basically exposed that him and this woman were in fact dating, that he told her that the relationship between him and Gizelle was strictly for the show and for the storyline of the show, that it was not, that she ain't had to worry about it. That's what he said now on the show. So this is supposed to be him debunking. Can y'all see it? This is supposed to be him debunking those rumors, okay? That's what it's supposed to be. I'm going to get off the screen so that we can get it up here. Hey, Tip. There has always been mess surrounded around him and his name. And let me, before we get into these receipts, let me jump back on here. There's always been mess between him, about him and his name and surrounding him. Especially, and real quick, when Gizelle got onto this show, she got onto this show calling him cheater, pumpkin eater. She got onto this show letting us know about the infidelity that's happened in their relationship. She's got onto this show essentially talking negatively about him. Therefore, when you all of a sudden decide that you want to get back, get with him and all of this kind of stuff, like, we are like Pepperidge Farm. Pepperidge Farm never forgets. Shout out to Alexandra Rogers. So of course, people are going to be side-eyeing it and going to be looking at everything that happens and watching it with a fine-tooth comb. That's what happens, especially when you're bringing relationships on to a TV show. So Gizelle already knew what was going to happen when she decided to come back and ooh la la with Jamal Bryant. And again, like Triumphant Tip says, we've been hearing about him for years. For those of you who do not remember, this is allegedly Mr. Chocolate. Yes, y'all remember Mr. Chocolate? Phaedra's Mr. Chocolate. Y'all remember Mr. Chocolate? This is who they were talking about. Okay, so we already have a good eye on Jamal. And so these text messages from this woman are not a surprise. Not a surprise at all. It just says, I agree with you. Yes, the side eye in it. It just didn't seem to add up. It was weird. It was off. Oh, y'all didn't know that he was Mr. Chocolate. Oh, my goodness. Y'all didn't know. Well, let me go ahead and give y'all a little bit more then, since y'all ain't know. Just in case you didn't know, I be on these internet streets. I do this for y'all. I look around everywhere so that y'all ain't got to look. Not only was he Mr. Chocolate, Phaedra's Mr. Chocolate, he also has been, what would be the word? Connected to. He has also been connected to Malaysia Pargo from Basketball Wives. Allegedly, he moved her. Remember, she moved to Atlanta. Allegedly, he was the reason why she moved to Atlanta. Allegedly, he set up a spot for her. Now this is tea I got from All About the Tea over here on the YouTube. Also, he had been reported with Tweet. Remember the singer Tweet? Ooh, there goes my shirt up over my head. Oh my. Ooh, well, honey. Ooh, there goes Jamal up out of her house. Oh my. you know, these are all women that he has been connected with, entangled with, allegedly over the years. Okay? Look, Shabbat say, wow, he the real housewife. Just saying. All right, so we have all of these things in our head when all of a sudden he comes back onto this show. All right. So, all right, I had to give y'all all of that just in case you didn't know. Now we're going to get into him in his rebut and response to the receipts, because I got some stuff to say about this. Y'all let me know. Have y'all seen his response? Did y'all watch his live? Drop that down in the comments. Also, remember, if you want to call in, the line is in there. Feel free. All right, let's get into it.
On the housewives of Potomac again. It has been a gross misrepresentation of my character, my ministry, and my humanhood. There are a couple of things that have happened this season.
Am I echoing?
That require immediate redress.
Let me know if I'm echoing, y'all.
Many of you who are watching bombarding me with accusations of abandoning my family, not being there for my girls, for their photo shoot, as if I was just in Atlanta, frolicking around and participating in willful neglect. The truth of the matter is, I was in South Africa. Coming back for the photo shoot, and had a delay in Frankfurt, Germany for 6 hours. Never see me on the housewives of Potomac again.
All right, so let's start there. Let me pause it. All right, so let's start there. He says you will never see him on the Real Housewives of Potomac again. Sir, we ain't seen you this time. If you will recall, Jamal, you lived in the phone. You shot 2 scenes in person that we saw. 2. You worked on the show. So would we miss not seeing Gizelle calling you and you not answer, or y'all talk for 2 seconds and get off the phone? You were very checked out of the show from the beginning, very uninterested. And to be quite honest, we were uninterested in that storyline anyway. The thing that was most interesting was calling out the fact that it was fake. So for you to say that you aren't going to appear anymore, who really cares? Number 2, let's talk about him discussing this not making it to the photo shoot. Now, we understand that editing and production can make things seem a lot worse, but something about that just don't sound right to me. Something about it just don't add up to me. Now, I don't know if it is on production side, Gizelle's side, or Jamal's side, but something about it don't add up. So you're telling me that Gizelle scheduled shooting this scene with Bravo and for this photo shoot, knowing that that was the same day that you're supposed to be coming in from flying internationally. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, even if that were the case, you wouldn't even be fresh enough to take pictures. So something about that doesn't make sense to me. And is it just me? Because again, that's a lack of communication, letting me know that y'all wasn't really in cahoots and close or a relationship. Because if I'm in a relationship with you and I'm invested in making sure that my man is in the picture with me, the last thing I'm going to do is schedule a shoot on the day that he's supposed to be flying back internationally. And then on top of that, if that were the case and you were supposed to be flying back in there, we still did not see not nary, not nan, not another scene of you with your family. So, sir, I'm just saying, it don't make sense to me. It just don't make sense to me. Let's move on. I ain't gonna be before you long. I ain't gonna be before you long, but let's move on.
Producers knew it, the network knew it, and as a consequence, my flight did not land in enough time. And none of that was mentioned. None of it was brokered. None of it was represented. Secondly, what happened on Housewives of Potomac is that many of you misguidedly thought that it was in real time. It was, in fact, reported a year ago in 2019. And so you saw my children who were not happy with me, but you didn't have context. It was their first day of school, and this is the very first time in their entire lives that the first day of school I was not present to pick them up or to take them. Any of you who have teenagers, producers.
Okay, hold on. Let's go to the next part because I wanted to get into this part. Hold on. Let me go to the next one because I wanted to get into this part, especially when he goes to talking about these girls. And I just want to, again, one more thing. I just want to say, when you're bringing up the girls, I want y'all to think about this as he talks about it. Now, what we've seen about him and his girls specifically, and their dislike, it is about their mom getting back into a relationship with him. Now, so he's gonna give us all of this extra stuff. That ain't what we saw. That's not what they said. They were not enthused about y'all getting back together. But we gonna see what he got to say because I want to break that down. Because again, these are just things that don't make sense to me. Now, who am I? I don't know. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Let's go.
Understand the emotional roller coaster of teenage girls. As a consequence, I just moved to Atlanta. Understand the emotional roller coaster of teenage girls. As a consequence, I just moved to Atlanta. Understand the emotional. So it was adjustment for them, and it was for me. they are absolutely was disparaging remarks made by my father-in-law, Mr. Curtis Graves.
Oh, we get into the father-in-law.
83 years
Okay, hold on. Pause it. Let's get back to the daughters. So he said that they were upset because he had not taken them to school on their first day. He just moved to Atlanta. This was he had, and they felt some type of way. That's not what we were seeing. And let's be clear, it ain't had. He goes on in the live to say that they are absolutely daddy's girls. That seems to not be true from what we've seen. And I'm going to say why. Number one, Grace. If Grace was a daddy's girl, the mere mention of your name wouldn't make her roll her eyes and get an attitude. See, one thing about it, you can say that teenagers are moody and they're an emotional roller coaster, and that's all very well true, but they're also very much so honest about their feelings. They are very much so transparent about their feelings. And what we were seeing was the transparency of them not being here for it. Now, I'm not necessarily going to say that they don't like their daddy at all. However, the way in which they were responding to him says to me that they don't too tough care for him. To me. Now, hold on. I'm sorry. The boy is calling. Give me a second. Okay. Here you go. Look. There you go. So, where was I at? Look, I got sidetracked. So that don't sound like they don't sound like daddy girls. It didn't seem like daddy's girls. Now let's just say, I mean, and it could be very well true. They do not want to see their mom and their dad get back together. My mom and my father got divorced or separated, and then which led to divorce when I was 9 years old. Had they tried to get back together when I was 15 years old, I probably still. I don't think I would have been here for it by that point. Like by that point, I was happy with them being separate. They were happy separate. I was happy with them being separated. However, I would not sit up here and be upset, not wanting to stay in the house with him because I'm uncomfortable, not wanting him to come to stay with us for a week for a photo shoot, not wanting to go visit him. All of that stuff is separate and apart from y'all even getting back together in a relationship. Those type of feelings are separate and apart from y'all even getting back into a relationship. So when Gizelle was trying to feed us these lines about, they're just protective over their mom and all this kind of stuff. And there was even a scene, y'all go back to the beginning of the season. There was even a scene where Grace said the only time when he calls us, he gets off the phone to call you to let us know that he talked to us, which makes us feel like he's not even trying to talk to us. He's doing it for you. So in what world does that say that your kids are daddy's girls? I'm a daddy's girl. So you can't sit up here and lie to me. That sounds good. He said, they always wear new birth clothes. They wear them once a week because it's a long live, y'all. I give y'all the clip notes. They wear new birth clothes at least once a week. They are in total support of their daddy. They're teenagers. It's a hoodie. I wear a South Carolina State hoodie. So what? You know what I'm saying? It's a hoodie. You give me a nice, comfortable hoodie from the Walmart up the street, I'm going to wear it once a week. Who cares? That has nothing to do with the relationship that it seems that y'all do not have that we've seen on this show. As a matter of fact, the one scene out of this entire show, now these are supposed to be your daddy's girls. Now, this one scene out of 5 seasons, the one scene that we've seen with you and your daughters together, they seemed like they didn't even want to sit at the table with you. That is the same scene where Gizelle's dad got so upset, walked away and forgot that he was Mike. So we're going to get into that part. Before we do it on. Let me see. Siobhan say very true. Even in a lie, you can feel the truth, right? Right. All right. So let's go. Let's see what he got to say about Gizelle's daddy. Because Gizelle's daddy felt the way.
Years of age, and unlike many, I was raised old school. That you never disrespect elders. amazing man, has had incredible accomplishments, and he has every right to feel protective over his daughter. I've been divorced for now 10 years, and he and I have not had a heart-to-heart, man-to-man conversation about me breaking the heart of his baby girl.
All right, let's pause it there. See, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to be like digging, but things just don't make sense. I'm just gonna ask the question. Y'all can tell me if I'm tripping, but things don't make sense. So, Gizelle and Jamal were spotted dating again at the taping of the Chappelle show, which I want to say we're in 2020, so I want to say it was in 2018. 2018. I'll be nice and say January 2019. I'll be nice because I'm pretty sure it was 18 when they first got spotted together. But I'll be nice and I'll say 19 because I'm kind of forgetful about the dates. That's when they first were spotted together. Now, if you were seriously dating this woman, you are seriously trying to be back in the relationship with this woman who you have publicly humiliated, who you have children with, who you were once married to. You're telling me that you're trying to get back into a relationship with her and you haven't spoken to her parent? But we're supposed to think that was a real relationship? We're supposed to think that was a real relationship. Y'all's first interaction was on the show. But we're supposed to believe that by this time y'all had been dating for a year, because let's remember, she announced that they were dating last reunion. So I'm gonna go back to 2018. She announced that they was dating last reunion. So 2018 or end of 2018, early 2019. So a year goes by and you still have not talked to her father except for on the camera. Y'all ain't had a heart-to-heart conversation. This ain't no real relationship. Moving on. Every time, the more he talk, the more it says to me, this is not a real relationship. Siobhan says, wow, a child that's really close to a parent goes hard and doesn't have to be forced. Exactly. This beard's about to have me rolling. Look at it. Look at it with your side. Look at it with your side eye. I'm telling you. Thank you, Triumphant Tip. It's suspicious. Some about it just don't sound right. You going on this whole diatribe. He got his little notebook. He trying to be like Monique, trying to be cheeky about it, trying to be petty about it. But what you're saying is not sounding right to people who are listening. Now, I'm gonna keep going before I give y'all some more of my thoughts. Let me keep talking.
So it was adjustment for them. That working with in-laws is a process and it is a journey. So that was, in fact, one of the very few times in 10 years that we have been in proximity. I mean, I want on record that I honor him. He's made tremendous strides in history. He is my fraternity brother, and I want my children to always know that I honor their grandfather and Gizelle's father. I then want to move.
Look at this binder.
Make sure I'm on the right page of my binder, because you can't bring me receipts if I got the cash register. So let me press the cash register. Yes, I dated a young lady in New York.
Okay, we're gonna get to it.
That working with in-laws.
Okay, we finna get to the good part. First of all, you so petty, sir. Now we're here for Monique's shade and her props, honey, because when you come to a reunion, you got to have the props, you got to have the shade, you got to have that. But sir, you and your response, you petty. You're petty, and you're not saying anything. All right. Hey, Karosi, thank you for joining. Long time no see, girl. All right. Look. Shabbat say that's the first day of school binder. Ain't nothing written on them pages. Nothing. And then the internet noticed that the doggone binder was upside down. Now, if you're going to come correct, okay, with your empty cash register. Come correct, hunty. Monique had it correlated, tabbed out. Come correct. But all right, y'all. Look, don't get me started. Don't get me hype. Y'all know I be telling y'all, don't get me hype. He finna get to the part that I really want us to talk about. He finna start talking about this woman that he has been connected to.
You all missed it. I've been divorced for 11 years. Single people date. When you date, sometimes it works, and sometimes it didn't. In this instance, it didn't. Nothing immoral, illegal, or unethical took place. It did not work out. There is some clarity that needs to happen. I'm not married. I'm not engaged. So some of you have a strange relationship with language. You can't have a mistress while you're single. So I never had a mistress. As a consequence, she has never been to visit me in Atlanta, never been in Newburgh, never been in my home. I've never been in her home. Now, you think that things, just in case you all missed it.
All right, so that's him beginning to address, and I'm gonna take we gotta take beats, because see, one thing about it, you know, he know how to talk. Okay, he know how to talk. He know how to string words together. So if you just get overwhelmed with the vernacular, honey, you will miss things. So that's why I'm glad they got this broken up. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talk, because I don't want us to miss anything. Now, I don't know who was referring to this woman as a mistress. I didn't see that. I saw people referring to her as his real girlfriend, but whatever. So don't try to play on our, you know, he tries to play on the intelligence. Oh, y'all have a strange relationship with language because I didn't have a mistress. Now, I agree. He is single. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you dating. You are single. That's fine. The issue that the viewers are having, ooh, look, my scarf all riding up. Y'all ain't got, look, get excited. The issue that the viewers are having with this relationship with this woman is not that there was a relationship with this woman. We're not talking about your past relationships with whomever, Phaedra, Tweet, Malaysia, whomever. We're not talking about those relationships, because those relationships did not overlap with your alleged relationship with Gizelle. The reason why this woman is being brought up is because there's overlap. There's overlap. It's just further proving either one, y'all are not in the relationship that you say that y'all are in, or two, an old dog has not learned any new tricks. Am I confused? Because I'm not confused about the language of mistress and all that stuff, and you being single. You're single, you can date, ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you are supposed to be in this relationship with your ex-wife who you have cheated on in the past, then there should be no cheatation. There should be no overlap. There's no room for overlap, because you should have learned your lesson. Or is this even a real relationship? Let's keep going. I'm just saying. Oh, wait, let me bring it back on the screen. I'm sorry. I'm sitting up here looking. I'm up here looking like, what's happening? What's happening? Let me bring it back on the screen for y'all so y'all can see this.
If we're going to show text messages, let's show all the text messages. Let's show the text messages of the flight from an installation. Show the text message, and I said, no, it's not a good idea. You're going to show the text message, show all the text messages. Well, you come down from work day. And I said, no, you can't come here. If you're going to show the text messages where you complain because I didn't open the door for you to speak on the word network. If you're going to show the text message, show all of them. How it is that you wanted me to hire you to be on the staff. I told you you weren't qualified. Move forward and people move on.
All right. We're gonna pause right there because I got some more things. Now he's calling for this woman to show the text messages. If you're gonna show the text messages, show all the text messages. Show the text messages where you asked to come down for my installation at New Birth, and I told you that was not a good idea. Wasn't Gizelle there? Wasn't Gizelle at the installation to New Birth Church? So of course you will tell your side chick or your other chick, whatever you want to call her, your second girlfriend, whatever you want to call her. Of course you would tell her not to come if Gizelle is there. So what you're not doing is denying that y'all had some type of relationship. What you are doing is saying that she might have thought it was more of a relationship than you thought it was. So but regardless, there's overlap there. And that is the issue. Okay? So what you are saying is that those text messages that Monique had were truthful. Because you didn't deny the validity of the text messages that were shown. You just said, show all of them. We don't need all of them. The ones that are relevant are the ones that show that there's overlap and that you said that this was a storyline and it was just for TV. What do we care about her wanting to be staff at your church? I don't. Maybe all of that just goes to prove that her releasing these text messages could be out of spite. Sure, possibly. That could be very well true. The release of the text messages is out of spite. And let's say we all agree to that. But the text messages happened, which show the pattern that we already have seen of you, which is having multiple women at the same time, is continuing. No matter how deep or not it's going, it's just a perception of it, sir. And you are old enough, wise enough, I would hope, to understand the perception of it. You are in the public eye. You are a public figure. Not only are you a public figure, you are the leader of a church. So whether you want to or not, you're going to be more scrutinized. So it does not look favorable for you to be having a relationship with two women at the same time. There should be no overlap. Clean breaks. Clean breaks. Siobhan says. So you asked him to show text messages but didn't add them to the receipt books? Right. No, he should have his own messages because that's how a receipt book live work. That's how they work. That's why I'm coming here to y'all with the messages. Oh Lord, is my computer about to die? If it die, I'll be back. I hope I'm still here. I don't know. I can't check. Oh my goodness. Everything say it's still running, but I ain't too sure. All right. We'll see. We'll keep going. I don't know if y'all can still hear me, let me know down in the chat. If y'all can still hear me, let me know down in the chat. We're gonna keep going with these doggone cash register receipts that he got.
They don't. So if we're gonna show text messages, let's show all the text messages. Let's show the text.
Okay, let's go back to the neighborhood talk real quick. Hold on. Let's get the rest of it. Let's get part 2. Because he went on to say even more. So let's get part 2. Let me see. Y'all, I'm froze. Why am I frozen? Give me a second. Let me take this off of the screen. Let me take this off of the screen. All right. Y'all still hear me? Okay, you still hear me. Okay. Let me get my systems to restart real quick, and then we gonna keep going. Look, I got a lot going on. I got a lot of text messages, honey. Got a lot of things. So he goes on to talk about, he really digs into this woman, which again lets me know that there was definitely some type of a relationship betwixt and between them, to the point where whether she was bitter enough to bring it up or he was bitter enough to sit up here and to be, he talks about, you know, her education, her skill level, her writing level, how she was not skilled enough to be on the committee of his church, and that she feels a way because he did not offer her a position within the church. And that is why, you know, and those are things that she should be showing the text messages to. Show the text messages. Show the text messages. Here you go, man. But again, those text messages matter absolutely not. They are in no consequence to any of us that are viewers of this show. I care not anything about New Birth and what's happening down there in Atlanta. That makes no difference or no never mind to me. What we are specifically talking about is your relationship with the Real Housewife, Gizelle Bryant, who has been the spearheader in being all up in other people's relationship, starting rumors and tearing them down. And so because of that, because of her actions, now people are, specifically Monique, are trying to figure out what's really going on in her relationship. Y'all, I think my computer's about to crash and then I have to come back. Dog, we were just getting into a good flow. But like, I literally cannot move anything on my screen. So if I crash, which I think I will probably be crashing in about 2 minutes. If I crash, don't worry. I will be right back on the screen. Because the live will still be running. So y'all can still talk and stuff. We can still talk and stuff. Because I don't know. My computer's crashing on me. Y'all, this sucks. I have so much more receipt. I have so much more to tell y'all. Because there has been so much more that's come out. So while I'm trying to get this out, I'll Hey y'all. Okay. I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am back. I'm trying to get everything back up and running. Y'all already know what's going on with me and my computer daughter. So thank you to all of the people who are just joining. Thank you, Paulindo, Cocoa Butter Curls. Did I miss anybody who made it in? Thank y'all all for joining. I really appreciate y'all kind of sticking with me while my computer does what it does, which is move slow. Did it just die out on me? Hey y'all. Okay. I am can y'all still hear me? Hey y'all. Okay, y'all can still hear me. Okay. Y'all, this is crazy. My computer is still acting freaking crazy. Honey, they say you better not mess with a child. Y'all have no idea how ready I am for my new computer because everything that I'm trying to do betwixt and between, showing y'all the clips and my camera and all this kind of stuff, it takes a lot on my poor little laptop. And she'd be like, honey, you are doing too much. Honey, you are doing too much and I cannot. So I apologize for the delay, honey, because we were getting into it and I was enjoying hearing what y'all had to say because it was a lot. Give me a second. I need to get some stuff copied in here and put together. I got to get my receipts pulled back up, honey, because I don't just come to y'all with no empty cash register. I don't just come in with no empty cash register. I have the receipts as well, honey. I try to be organized. I try to be as organized as Monique and her binder. I'm trying. And my internet does not want me to be great. Okay. Let me pull everything back up. Just give me a second. I have a bunch of programs open. Okay. It's aggravating because I had all this stuff set up. So it's aggravating to have to redo it, Okay. Give me a second. How were y'all day? How was y'all's day? Look, I need a Kit Kat, Paulindo, for real. I'm gonna take another sip of this wine. Because that just really aggravated me. Because we were in a good groove. Commercial. Oh, speaking of commercial break, I tell you what, I will give y'all a quick little commercial break. Shout out to Rev Air. Y'all know I'm an affiliate. If you have not tried your Rev Air, what are you waiting on? Please make sure you do and use my code BEAUTY to get 10% off of all of your purchases. Let's have a quick little commercial break while I get back on the screen. My thoughts on the Rev Air Dryer. I think that it's amazing and how it cuts the time for blow drying. Got my hair pretty straight. It could always be straighter if I did use my blow dryer and a Denman brush. It definitely got my hair to about a 7 or 8. So if I were to want to straighten it out and silk it out, you know, it would be no problem to do with a flat iron. Also, the settings that I used was the high heat and high tension settings. So high heat and then a level 7 on the tension. That's what really pulls it nice and straight. Now I have 3C 4A hair, so if you have any kind of 4A, 4B, 4C hair, don't even play, just go ahead and put it on high everything and silk that thing on out if you are wanting it straight. It was perfect for this style. I still have body, I still have movement, and literally I did my whole head in like maybe 10 minutes, 15 tops, and I don't even think it took that long. If it took that long, it was because it was my first time and I just had to kind of get like adjusted. One negative thing is just the size of the blow dryer. Now it is a pretty bulky blow dryer in comparison to like my in-salon blow dryers. However, it does come with the stand and it does have a very long cord, so if you want to like set the base on the bottom of maybe your station and then just set the stand on the top of your station and use it like that, you're able to do so. So I think that's nice. That's just the one kind of con about the whole thing, is just how bulky the unit itself is. But other than that, I have no negatives about the Rev Air. I'm very satisfied with it. I'll probably be blow drying my hair a bit more than I normally do, just because now it's a lot easier. It's way easier than using a comb attachment and 100 times easier than using a Denman brush, which is what I would normally do to blow dry my hair, which is why I don't blow dry my hair. But if you have used the Rev Air, if you would like to try the Rev Air, make sure you head over to their website. Thank y'all for tuning in. All right, y'all, commercial break is over. I am back. I'm gonna have to pull up my webcam because I can't use my camera anymore. It is running my computer too hard. And I just hate the quality of my webcam, but sacrifices. Sacrifices. I just can't wait till I get my new computer. Like, I know I've been talking about it for forever, but y'all just don't even understand how I cannot wait. I'm trying to pull back up my receipts from Instagram. Let me see. Oh, shoot. So we can finish talking about what was said. Give me a second. Yeah, Paulinda, next time get you some popcorn, honey. Especially because this is so much that we're talking about. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. Give me a second. I had all of this up and ready. Just all I had to do was tab through it. That was it. I'm so aggravated by this. You know I'm a perfectionist, right? Did y'all know that? If you didn't know, now you know. Perfectionist. And the fact that this is throwing me off aggravates my soul. Okay, here we go. Hey, Shan. Shout out to Shan. My sissy's in the chat. Okay, so we're back. We're ready. I'm back fully on. Give me a second. I got to turn on some lights so I can turn my camera back on. But while I am doing that, I'm going to share my screen because we're going to keep talking about what has been happening with Jamal. We're going to go into the next part of his little live where he continues to talk through his receipts and ain't saying nothing. So hold on. Let me make sure y'all, I hope y'all can hear him. We're going to start it. We're going Y'all see? Y'all good? Okay. Let me know if you can hear him. Drop down in the chat. Let me know if you can hear. You can't hear him. You hear me, but you can't hear him. Oh, wait. First of all, how about I do that? Let's try this again. Hold on. Let's try this again. Oh, wait a minute. Got a super chat. Shout out to Shan. You can't even see me. I got a money gun and everything, and you can't even see me. Thank you, boo. Merry Christmas to you. Shout out to my sissy. She's the sweetest. Okay. All right. Let's try again. We're gonna try this one more time.
And everything that I'm saying to redirect it is not conjecture. This is not murder on me. This is.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what he said? Let me know down in the chat if you heard what Jamal Bryant said. I'm gonna play it one more time. So that you can, so I make sure y'all can hear it. I can't get my camera on. So we're gonna be cameraless for the rest of this. But I'm gonna play it one more time so I make sure y'all hear it. Here we go.
Everything that I'm saying tonight is not conjecture on me. This is not murder. This is self-defense. And so on Sunday, for the first time in 5 years, I'm inviting my audience to watch the reunion, The Housewives of Potomac, where you will see Monique's husband try to attack my wife, my ex-wife, and Robin. And security had to be called, and he had to be subdued. And I'm very concerned. Monique, you all have my phone number, as you expressed on the show, but I had you all's address, and because of grace, I didn't respond to that. Chris, you got to take care of CTE.
All right.
Everything that I'm saying tonight
so
is not conjecture. This is not murder. This direct was on me. On me. And everything that I'm saying tonight.
Why are they both playing? Stop.
About
All right. I don't know why it's acting crazy. But as you can see, he said that Chris had, first of all, he says he knows all of this to be true. It's not conjecture, as he said. And that Monique might have had his phone number, but he has their address and he chose not to respond. Excuse me, sir, what does that mean? Because that don't make what I'm confused. It's like, does that mean that you were gonna show up to the house or something? I'm confused. And which house? Because let's not be confused. That's why your wife is a hater, because they have 4 and 5 houses, and she just got the little rundown shack. Has $900,000 with tacky furniture. So I'm trying to understand what was his point in bringing up that he had their address. Then he goes on to say that Chris has CTE. Hey, Deanna. Girl, we are talking about Jamal Bryant's response to Monique Samuels. Have you been keeping up with it, honey? Have you been keeping up with it? So back to him. So he goes on to say that he has their address, as if that's a threat of some sort. I'm so confused by that, Pastor. I'm confused. Deanna, you didn't know he responded, girl. He went on with a 20-minute live, which we have been painstakingly dissecting. Luckily you have come in right on the end where he actually starts to address Monique. Because in the beginning of the live, to be honest with you, none of that mattered. And essentially, he was confirming that him and the lady from New York actually did have a relationship. Now, it is my opinion that this lady probably released the text messages because the relationship ended badly. And yes, Deanna, 20 minutes. It's my opinion that he probably released the text messages because the relationship ended badly, and so she released them out of spite. So he goes on to call for her to release all of the text messages. He says that repeatedly, y'all. Release all of the text messages. And all that I'm saying is the way that all of this has come out says to me that there has been overlap between Pastor Jamal, Gizelle, and this other pastor over there in New York. Now, whether you are dating this other pastor or not, do not care. Do not care that he dated her. The issue is that there was overlap, and you are someone who has a history of cheating. So if you are going to move forward in a relationship, not only in a relationship, but in a public relationship with your ex-wife, the last thing that you need to do is have any type of overlap. So after he basically just confirmed everything to me about him still being out here being messy in these streets with this old pastor, and he ain't never said that the receipt that Monique had was a lie. All he said was that he released all of them. Never said that they were a lie now, which says to me that this relationship with Gizelle, between him and Gizelle, is fake, which is what I've been saying since episode 1. Rewind the tape because it's fake. Now he begins to go ahead and address Monique and her husband. Now, when addressing Monique and her husband, this is the part that where it really gets messy to me. This is where it really gets messy. For some reason, it's playing all of them at the same time. So I can't play
some of your former and everything that I'm saying is contact. But I thought it was necessary.
Let's see.
For a couple of reasons. I thought it was necessary because of the failures of my past. It made the accusations of the present believable. And many of you began writing on my social media with no...
I was gonna say, is that me or him? Because y'all already know I've been having technical issues. I believe that's him with his technical issues. Or them.
Guys calling for prayer. But I didn't say that I was perfect, nor do I pretend to come for me unless I invite you.
He said, don't come for me, let's find sin for you, Kenya Moore.
A process of trying to be better, of trying to work out, and I am one of them. So you have to forgive me because I'm not going to hold you long. Pastor, why are you running? I'm running because I got to get ready. Because Saturday, I got to feed 8,000 families in Atlanta who don't have groceries. I think I got to announce that here because none of these bloggers are going to write about that. I got to go. Because as soon as I finish that, I got to open up Christmas City for 1,000 disadvantaged children whose parents are incarcerated. They're in foster care under the guise calling for prayer. But it care. Or their parents have been laid off in COVID. I gotta go because I gotta go further, make sure that by January 5th, we elect 2 senators from the state of Georgia and flip the state and change the nation.
All right.
I gotta go.
I can't play the other part. Hold on.
The guys calling for, but I thought it was
all right.
Some of your former teammates contacted me. They're concerned. Said, Jamal, please don't respond. Because CT is a progressive degenerative disease from a history of trauma to the brain. And so just last week, you had an outbreak again of verbally assaulting a Black woman in Safeway. We have the footage of that, but
there's footage, is there?
I'm not going to air that, but I'm asking you to please get help. I've tracked down your pastor, so all of what I'm saying is in love, so that your pastor can help you get the help that is needed and that is necessary. None of this really necessitated happening. I've not bothered any of you. I've not said anything disparaging against any of you. I've not attacked any. Some of your former teammates contacted me. They're concerned. Said, Jamal, please don't respond.
So let's pause it right there. Let me pause it for y'all.
From a history of.
All right. So then he goes on to say that Chris has CTE. Now, here's the thing, sir. All I'm doing is giving y'all what he said, and I'm going to give you my questions and things that are facts. The fact is that CTE cannot be actively diagnosed on anyone that's alive. It can only be diagnosed, what is it called, postmortem, through an autopsy. So, how would Jamal or Chris's ex-teammates know that is something true that Chris has? Number one, I just want to make that very clear because some people might not know. That's not something that you can go into the doctor today and get diagnosed for. That does not happen until you are dead and you have an autopsy. So for him to say that is, we can't say that it is a lie because we don't know if it's not true, but that's something that cannot be proven. I'll say that. That is something that cannot be proven. Unlike these text messages, which can be proven, sir. So don't come at us talking about your cash register receipts with things that can't be proven. Because the receipts that Monique has about these text messages, that's something that can be proven. And yes, so at the end, because see, this is what I'm talking about that kind of bothered me about this 24-minute live, I think 22-minute live, however long the live was, that I sat there and watched. I watched it so that y'all wouldn't have to. Okay? I sacrificed my 22 minutes so that y'all wouldn't have to. Okay? Now, you sat there and you talked about your relationship with your daughters, which we've talked about at the beginning of the live, which again, you can say what you want. You can say that they're daddy's girls. You can say all of that. It doesn't matter. That's not what was portrayed on the show. That's not what we saw. And they can only portray what is given. But whatever. You talk about how you had not talking to your ex-father-in-law, which is a red flag to me on the validity of this relationship. You talked about this woman who you admitted to have been dating. And I wish that I could play the whole live, but y'all, I won't do it. I got a link to Layla Lynn down in my description box. She's been following this as well. She has the entire live on one of her videos. Y'all can check out the entire live, because when I sat there and watched it, I was like, you sat here for 20 minutes, said a whole bunch of nothing. You was deep down in your petty bag. And then after you've been petty for 19 and a half minutes, you want to take the last 2 minutes to try to act all holier than thou, as if you are this saint among men. And don't get me wrong, it is a great thing to be out here helping people in the community, getting people registered to vote, making sure that, families are fed. All of that is great. It would have behooved you to have stayed in that bag versus jumping over here into this housewives drama, if that's really what you're on. I understand. I get it. He's human. He felt personally attacked. You know what? At the end of the day, I honestly would have respected him more had he just come out, expressed his undying love and devotion to his family and his ex-wife, and then went ahead and did his little humble brag about what he's doing in this community, and continued on to be unbothered, as he had posted in one of his previous posts that he was so unbothered. I'm gonna see if I can pull that up, because when all of this first came out, sir, you were so unbothered. But you were so unbothered that you decided to go back and get to pull up all of this stuff, and to pull up all of these quote unquote receipts. Now, this was the first post that he put after everything came out on the Real Housewives the other day. No, music. Oh, hush. I didn't know I had music. But this was his first post. Give no energy to anything that doesn't add to your joy, align with your purpose, or pay any of your bills. Be at peace. So if that's the case, sir, are you getting paid for this? Does this add to your joy? Does this align with your purpose? I'm just saying, exactly, Coco. He bothered. All of those things are great. All of those things are great, but the fact of the matter is, with all of this, as Alexander Rogers says, pontificating, can y'all still see my Instagram? Oh, shout out to Russell. Let me turn my Instagram off. Shout out to Russell with Wendell. That's my homie. Okay. But with all of that you had, with all of that being said, with all of that you said, all you did in my eyes was make you and your ex-wife look worse. You confirmed that there was overlap in your relationship, and that in fact your relationship with your ex-wife is fake. And you tried to further attack Monique and Chris Samuels and their relationship. So and they're not just their relationship, but their reputation. There it is. Their reputation. And see, again, Jamal was collateral damage from the lies that Gizelle said. Now I know, Deanna, you might be a little late, so I'm gonna repeat this for you. Gigi, the best friend of Monique, who came out who was the first one to start this rumor that has snowballed into this show, came out to clear it up and said she never said that Monique cheated. She never said that there was any that the child was not Chris's or there was any illegitimacy in that. All she said was that it would be in Chris's best interest to fire the trainer because something wasn't right. That's all she said. All this extra venom and vitriol came from Gizelle and Sharice, I'm sure, as well. That's where all of this extraness came from. The friend came out and said that she never said that Monique even cheated. So Monique bringing out all of this stuff was a direct reflection of Gizelle coming and bringing these lies to the show. So she responded with truth. And then what does her ex-husband do? Respond with more lies. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They are one and the same. They should be together. Now, I will address, however, where he said that Chris Samuels got into it with a woman at Safeway. It has been reported that the woman that Chris got into it with at the Safeway was in fact Sharice. You know, Sharice, the one who just will not leave, who keeps showing up to scenes just to be seen because they will not mic her. They will not give her a confessional. Look, Brooks from Salt Lake City gets a confessional, but Sharice dang sure won't. Okay? And so if Chris did confront Sharice, because this is his first time seeing Sharice, and he felt like confronting her because she has gone on to lie or to spread rumors about the paternity of his kid, I don't care. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. And I feel like they're sitting up here. Jamal says that we need to wait till this Sunday to see that Chris becomes irate to the point where he has to be subdued by security because of coming after Gizelle and Robin. We gonna wait till Sunday to see if that is in fact true. Do I believe it's true? I don't. First of all, Chris does not even seem to have that demeanor. Now, the one time we did see Chris get upset was on live with Monique when they were discussing it. I might have that live on my channel. I'm not quite sure. But either way it goes, you are, he is allowed to address a situation that directly affected him. I don't think, like, I know a lot of them be like, oh, it's women's business. The husband shouldn't say anything. They shouldn't address me. But I don't agree with that. That ain't what I be on. Maybe I'm different. That ain't what I'm on. If you're going to sit up here and you're going to talk about me, Gizelle, call me big boy every chance you get and lie on me, and we are at a reunion and it is my chance to speak to you, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about you. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You get what I'm saying? Hey, Zaya, thank you for joining. Yes, the one who will not leave. She will not leave. It's ridiculous. So, okay. After all of this, after Jamal came out with all of this, said all of it, again, links down in the description. Y'all can watch it afterward if you want to see the whole 20 minutes of him saying a whole bunch of nothing. Monique has since responded, and I will read it to you. This is also down in the description box. Shadow and Act has an exclusive released on just yesterday. Let's see here. Let me read it to you. Let me get my reading glasses, y'all. All right. Let's see. It says Monique Samuels and her well-organized binder full of receipts against her co-stars has been trending since the debut of part 1 of the Real Housewives of Potomac season 5 reunion. On social media, Samuels is being applauded for calling out Jamal Bryant in a read that will sure go down in housewives history. Samuels accused Bryant of faking a storyline of reuniting with her ex-husband of over a decade and presenting alleged text messages between Jamal and his girlfriend, in which Jamal admits to participating on the show to help Gizelle secure her spot. Shadow and Act was initially scheduled to speak with Samuels about all things Real Housewives of Potomac this Wednesday, but due to scheduling conflicts, the interview was pushed back a day to Thursday. Ironically enough, Wednesday night, Jamal responded to Samuels with her binder in a 22-minute Facebook Live. During his rebuttal, the megachurch pastor, who Samuels referred to as a holy whore, denied Samuels' claims and insinuated that Samuels is potentially an abuse victim at the hands of her former NFL playing husband, Chris. Jamal also alleged that Chris has CTE and anger issues. I'm going to pause right there and I'm going to say one more time, again, just out here spewing out rumors and lies. You and your ex-wife are one and the same. You deserve each other. Because that's not something that you just say. That's not something that you just throw out there, especially without any kind of proof. Yes, Deanna, that read will go down in history. And I live. All right, let me move y'all comments. Y'all gonna throw me off. I'm trying to give y'all my reading voice, honey. My my teacher voice. Okay. It continues. His whole response just proves that there are demons in the church and in the pulpit, because what pastor goes on the live and does that? Samuels asked. He wasn't even original. Dude, I already did the binder. Get your own thing. It was just hilarious to me. He needs to do better with his actions, and doing that live is the exact opposite of what a well-grounded pastor would have done. So it's just that the comedy writes itself at this point. He needs to go back to prayer and ask God to help clean all of that flesh he has, because it is quite dirty. Samuels promises that things get even more clear during parts 2 and 3 of the reunion. Jamal accused Chris of verbally attacking Gizelle and Robin Dixon for their constant attacks on his wife and family, to the point that security had to intervene. Samuel said the episodes will prove otherwise. I'm scrolling. It shows a beautiful picture of the Samuels family. They have a beautiful picture, I tell you. And she says, quote, "My husband is not a person who will argue with women. That's not his job. That's my job. And no woman is going to argue with my husband, because that's my job." So whatever Jamal alluded to is not true. He wasn't there. Maybe he should have been there, and then he could have made all of the points that he wanted to make, and he could have witnessed firsthand what actually happened. It's going to be very eye-opening when people see all that goes down. Samuel admits things become tense during the reunion because her and several of her co-stars and the back and forth between her and Bryant continues. But for Samuels, she's well within reason to calmly put Gizelle in her place. Let's see. It goes on to discuss, basically, she was quote unquote hazed starting in season 2. Discusses her altercation between her and Candace. And this is what she says about her and Candace. I'll read that to y'all and then we'll wrap this on up. It says, quote, "It was definitely a combination of a lot of different things, from childhood trauma to issues that I didn't realize I had when it comes to triggers, and recognizing what those triggers are so that I could gather myself and walk away. It was basically one of those points where the tea kettle is about to explode. It's now fuming, and somebody did not turn the fire off underneath it," she explained. Still, she says her actions are inexcusable, but through therapy, she's been able to gain clarity on the whole ordeal and is now at peace. "When you know better, you do better. I made sure I went on a mission to make sure that I would never place myself in a position again where a person can take me over the edge to that extent," she added. So yeah, basically it goes on. Links in the bio if y'all want to read the whole article. But there you go. Right, class in session. But okay. So Monique says, at the end of the day, she's calling Jamal out. She says this is not very, very pastorly. And I don't think it is. I feel like at the end of the day, he was getting a lot of backlash. The trolls were probably coming after him, I'm sure. And I'm sure that's a lot for anyone. However, instead of trying to be petty and to parody the read that Monique gave to his ex-wife, it would have behooved him to just come out and to, like I said, express his love to his ex-wife and to brag about your whatever it is that you're doing in the community, woo, 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 and keep it pushing. Gizelle and Jamal deserve each other. They deserve each other. They're tacky, they're messy, they're petty, they're liars. They deserve each other as far as I'm concerned. Now, is it good for the TV show? It is. But I'm sure that the members at New Birth are unpleased. Because I would be. Hi, Isaiah. How are you? Yes, they really are tacky. I would be unpleased. This is a whole hot mess. It's a whole hot mess, but I want to give y'all all of my thoughts on it. I think it's a hot mess. Also, if you have any thoughts, feel free to jump on in. I'm going to drop the link down, and then we're going to close this live out. But before I close this live out, I did have one more subject that I wanted to address now that we are done talking about Monique and the Bryants versus Monique, the Samuels, basically. The Bryants versus the Samuels. I did have one more topic that I wanted to talk about. And that would be Candace Dillard versus Portia Williams. Oh, did y'all know? Did y'all see this? Were y'all aware that there was this happening? Coco says, word in the street is Jamal always makes sure there are new births at New Birth. You are goofy. Oh, and he did address that. He said that he has no women in the church. He has no babies in the church. And something else he said in the church. And I just found it interesting how he was very, 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 very intentional to put that qualifier in the church. Y'all get what I'm saying? Come on now. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. But anywho, no, what happened? Spill the tea. Okay, I got you. Let's read it. This is courtesy of Madame Noir. All right. Y'all want my teacher voice? Y'all ready for my teacher voice? Coco's like, he a dang lie. You know, the word on the curb is that. That's what I heard on the curb. That's what I had heard, but I don't know, honey. I mean, let me not. I'm just saying that what I had heard. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But also, even if it's not true, that says a lot that is the reputation that you have in the streets to where that is even something that can be questioned. It says that people do not trust you morally. That is even something that has to be questioned. You get what I'm saying? It says a lot. All right. I'm going to give y'all this tea and we're going to get on up out of here. All right. Again, courtesy of Madame Noir. Let me put on my teacher voice. On the newest episode of the podcast, Behind the Velvet Rope, the Real Housewives of Potomac's Candace Dillard Bassett had some words for fellow Bravo housewife Portia Williams. Though they're not on the same franchise, the star took issue with comments Portia made months prior regarding the physical altercation that happened between Candace and Monique Samuels on The Real Housewives of Potomac. According to Candace, quote, "There's a line, and I think we've seen a lot of housewives push the envelope and push the line," using Portia for an example. When the newest episode of the podcast aired on Monday, Candace and the host talked about the fight that took place between she and Monique. She was then asked her thoughts on Portia criticizing her for attempting to press charges against her co-star. Talking about fights between housewives over the years and seeing how things can escalate, Candace implied that Portia's assault of Kenya set a bad precedent. Scroll down, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second. Quote, I think Portia and Kenya kind of took it too far, she said, going on to mention after instances of problematic housewives' behavior. Quote, so you've seen people push the line, but never really cross it outside of Portia, who has proven herself to be the sidekick of all. I guess Monique would be Portia's sidekick, and they're just the two wild people defending each other, which is very cute, she added. But you know the line when you have sense, and as I like to say, scruples. And when you don't, it shows. It shows how you were raised and who you really are. Again, all this comes after Portia publicly sided with Monique in October when she went on Watch What Happens Live and said, quote, we shouldn't judge her just because she put her hands on Candace. As mentioned, Portia is notoriously known for putting her hands on Real Housewives of Atlanta castmate Kenya Moore at the season 6 reunion. Whether Portia will respond to Candace directly is unclear, but the fight between Candace and Monique, which happened long ago, still seems to have people taking sides and adding in their 2 cents. That is the reports. What are y'all thoughts on that? Candace basically saying they weren't raised right and she has scruples. Now, I ain't been raised in nobody's household, but if I look at Mama Diane, which is Portia's mama, and what is Candace's mama's name? I think I'd pick Portia's mama over Candace's mama any day. How about you? And Coco says, oh, I did see some of that. I remember Portia saying she's really close with Monique. Yes. Here we go, Caros. Here we go. Which mama would you rather have? Portia's mama or Candace's mama? I'm just saying. I feel like Candace is great at playing the victim and not understanding that everyone was not raised like you. That is true. However, it's just as scrupulous to be provoking people, to be up in people's faces, to be daring them to drag you, to have all of this mouth. And it says a lot that you have not learned your lesson. Your mama even tagged you over your mouth. You barely got married over your mouth. And then you got dragged on the show because of your mouth. But you still out here running it. I'm just saying. Coco says, child, Candace just leave it alone because if Portia get hold of a child, she thought Monique did something. Okay. But you know, Portia's calmed down a lot. I honestly don't expect. Well, I think if Portia does say something, it will be because she's directly asked about it. Probably this Sunday on the Bravo's chat room. And Portia will probably give her a little shady read and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, here's the thing. Candace could have received, at the beginning of this fight, and after seeing the fight, a lot of people were definitely on Candace's side. A lot of people had some sympathy for Candace, but she ran that away, in my opinion. I think that her attitude, the way she was putting 20 on 10, and the way that her mouth has not changed, has just negated all of this sympathy that she tried to get. You were so traumatized by this fight that you legitimately had to put sticky notes up everywhere, had to, seek pills and medical pills and things for anxiety, and yet you still talk crazy. So how traumatized were you really? Or was all of that 20 on 10 so that you could try to win this case in which the judge threw out because he saw that both of y'all was out there acting the fool? You know, I'm just saying. Coco says, I love Portia. She's siding with Monique because that's her friend. Bottom line. Straight like that. Straight like that. And because Portia understands what it's like to be in these situations, to be provoked. And in real life, in regular life, see, the thing about it is reality TV is not real. And they are putting you in situations with people that you otherwise you have an issue with. So if in real life you have an issue with this person, then you just not gonna interact with them. They're making you interact with this person who you already have tension and an issue with. 9 out of 10, they're adding alcohol onto it, and then you have to keep being in their presence. Things are bound to pop off at some point. People reach their breaking point. Portia was one of those people, so she can directly understand and relate to Monique. And there's nothing wrong with her siding with her friend. Candace, and then like what bothers me about Candace is she feels like everybody has to side with her. If you did not side with her, then like you were just this utterly super wrong person. Everybody's not going to be on your side, girl. That ain't how this works. That ain't how any of this works. Right. I need Candace to tone it down. She's on the verge of getting tapped again. She's gonna get tapped again. I'm convinced. These are women from the Real Housewives franchise, Paulindo. But yeah, y'all, just in case y'all missed that, I just want y'all to see, again, Candace has not learned her lesson now. And I know a lot of people, I know a lot of y'all are not like Team Monique, or some of y'all are. I know it's like, it's a very polarizing topic. However, I offer this. Looking at the fight and looking at the aftermath from the fight, one of the two people involved in the fight have seemed to grow from it. And in my opinion, it was not the person that got their wig pulled. Coco saying that when Portia got Kenya out there in my soul, Kenya deserved it. Kenya deserved it. She did. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. My throat's itching. I'm sorry though. I feel no ways about Candace getting it. I feel no ways. I'm in no ways tired. I do need a fan that says, however. Right? Both of them are beautiful women. However, both of them are beautiful women. And, you know, it is what it is. And I don't dislike Candace. I just dislike Candace's victimhood. I think that that's a bit much. I think that she needs to get over it. Get over herself. Get over this glass house that she lives in. And put her big girl drawers on, you know? Like, I would really want to see some growth in her. I don't want to just see you talk about, oh, now this fight has made me decide that now I think I'm ready to be a mother. No, I want to see actual growth in you. This fight has taught me that, you know what, I do have to be accountable for the things that I say. I do have to be accountable for how I provoke people, and I need to do better in trying not to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would want to see. That's what I would want to see. All right, this is the last call, just in case anybody wanted to call in. It is in the chat. Last call for alcohol. Last call for alcohol. Hey, if you want to call in, please feel free. And you know what, Coco? I feel like she can get tapped 20 more times. It's not going to change anything at this point. It's really not. It's really not going to change anything. And it's sad because you're 30 plus years old. You should know better. You should know that there are consequences for your actions, and you just can't go around saying anything to every old body. You should know that. But apparently she don't. And it probably will lead to her getting tapped again. But the only other person that would tap her would be Ashley. That's it. because the green-eyed bandits are on her side strictly because it's against Monique. Now, did I miss something? Or because I was watching Bundy Blue over here on the YouTube. I don't know if y'all watch her. Shout out to her. I was watching her, and maybe I missed this part of the reunion, but she said something about Robin, and during the reunion they said that Robin and Gizelle have only been friends since the since the taping of this show. Is that true? Did I miss that? I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it because I might have missed that fact. If Robin and Gizelle have only been friends since the taping of this show. If that's true, they have a real close relationship to have only known each other for 5 years. And that just further says to me that I'm waiting on the demise of it. I'm just saying. Because they two, like, to me, Gizelle is not trustworthy enough for anybody to be that close to her. Paulindo says, "Dear Santa Claus, I was a good boy this year, so I ask if you can bring me a woman like that." Paulindo, you sure you want that? You sure you can handle that? Because they a lot. Coco says, Ashley ain't gonna do nothing. Ashley ain't wanting with Robin when Robin was gonna give it up. Well, would you want her with Robin? Robin's a little bit burly. She's a little burly. I wouldn't want it with Robin either, to be honest with you. No shade. I'm just saying. That's a big bitch. I wouldn't want it with her. Ashley's a little so-and-so. Ashley's a little so-and-so. Gizelle says... Carosi says Gizelle don't want to get on Robin's bad side. That's why. I'm going to keep my real thoughts on that to myself. I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it. Because I ain't even... Let me hush. Let me keep going. Right. Robin do look like she'll drag you. She will. Yeah, that's a big one. I'm just saying, of all the people to go toe to toe with, Robin would not be the one to go toe to toe with. That's a big bitch. That's what I'm just saying. But y'all, let me get on up out of here. We done ran over just a little bit. Thank y'all so much for joining me for all of this mess. Because it's been a lot. If you want to check out any of the videos that I referenced or what are these called? The articles that I referenced, the links are in the description. Please don't forget to share this out if you enjoyed it. I apologize for the technical difficulties. It was a lot. Next Friday is Christmas. I might still come on up here for Christmas. We'll see. Y'all be on the lookout for that. I think I might get y'all. It might not be a long live, but I might get y'all a little something. And I really enjoyed it. I'll see y'all next time. Please. Oh, one more thing, y'all. Please make sure y'all are catching up on Vlogmas. Shout out to everybody that is doing Vlogmas. Shout out to Carosi, who's out here dropping them videos. LQ Love, World of Dage, Q and Nene, I think, have been dropping them. So shout out to everybody that's doing Vlogmas, because it's a lot of work. And yeah, this is counting as my Vlogmas for the day, okay? Because I ain't got nothing else to post. All right, y'all. Love y'all. See y'all next time. Peace.